I don't like being rude or aggressive, but I can be. So I'm gonna, because I'm actually a long time Windows user and a long time Windows fan. But if I was the lead manager, the person responsible for shipping Windows 11, well, I would quit and never get a job again. Not even in McDonald's, not even in a funeral parlor, because yeah, I'm not going to say that Windows 11 is embarrassing. I'm going to say that you are embarrassing. You obviously have zero common sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, you probably have the best computer science degree out there, but you're missing a few, well, brain cells up there, let's say, because, well, let's just say I'm embarrassed for you. Um, I mean, there's so many people laughing at you right now, and they're long-time Windows users as well, and the whole Linux community is laughing their fucking ass off at you right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Windows. I think it's great. I think Windows 11 is brilliant. Of course, I'm an XP fan myself, and I will continue to use XP. But I thought, yeah, I'd give Windows 11 a go because it's been out a while now and I haven't used it yet. I can kind of understand why people get upset. Yeah, and the geopolitical shit I get. The telemetry shit I get. I completely understand. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, I care that you guys care and you stopped like doing the phone service thing, and because Jesus, customer facing is just a pain in the ass. There's something, the second you turn into a customer, you're a cunt, and it's as simple as that. It doesn't matter where you work, if it's McDonald's, whether it's Holland and Barrett, whether it's, a Fortune 500 company. The second you're dealing with customers, it's like hell on earth, and I completely get that. And you can't take a customer's word for anything. I completely understand. Hence the reason for telemetry. I get it, and it's a good thing. But I also understand that, it's the same thing with the church. The church has to be all inclusive, otherwise their coffers are going to run dry and their church building's going to shut down. I completely get that. I completely understand. But what the fuck? I mean, it's not difficult. It really isn't. You have peripherals, right? Components on a computer, they may differ from different computers, right? But when I go to Windows, right, this is the thing. When I go to use Windows over Linux, because Linux, when it comes to their settings, that's cancer. That's pure fucking cancer. I hate Linux settings, right? Because you've got 16 different versions that can conflict at any time the second you touch it. And it's like, oh, I'll use Linux Mint Xface, but I've still got a load of other shit from other UIs in it that are completely balking my system, you know. And then you've got the whole toxic Linux community. Let's not even go there. Jesus fucking wept. But I install Windows. I let Windows know, yeah, this is a ThinkPad. This is this version of a ThinkPad. These are the peripherals. Okay. Download the responsible bits you need to run this laptop. And guess what? Like many other users, my mouse won't switch on startup, and it won't shut off on shutdown. I I don't know what you've done with the settings. I don't know what you've done with the power management system. I don't know why, for the love of God, you think it's acceptable to override the BIOS. Why? You know, if you've got a computer that you're running on and it has things in the BIOS that control things like power management, leave it the fuck alone. Don't touch it. It means you don't have to deal with it. That's how XP used to run. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm still trying to fix this fucking mouse. You know, I should have been able to fix this ages ago. And yet, I'm still here trying to tell this fucking operating system, this forked mess, that when you switch on the fucking mouse. It's that simple. But yeah, there's a conflict somewhere, and it's between your new settings, your old settings, the traditional control panel that worked and was okay for all users, even the dumb ones, right? But now you've got two different settings fighting for control, overriding the settings in the BIOS. And again, I get a lot of the stuff to do with certain global political agreements that have to be met, certain ways of running the system, certain different bits and bobs that I won't get into, but it's a fucking mouse preferable. It's the fucking mouse in a fucking USB stick. Sorry, in a fucking USB hole. You know, and your solution to this is, oh, just keep ripping it out and putting it back in. Yeah, because that's worked so well on laptops. Because laptops are really fucking durable, aren't they? God almighty. Seriously, you need to run through your company and sack a ton of people. They are embarrassing you. They really are. They're making you look like a bunch of fucking morons. And Microsoft, I know you have certain other, shall we say, interesting endeavors, and I don't care about any of that. I just care about an operating system which is reliable. And one thing I don't want to be fucking around with is pulling out a mouse port and putting it back in again. It's not rocket science. Fix your fucking shit. Simplify it, or just leave it the fuck alone. It's that simple. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep on trying because I like this. As long as you're smart enough to install Windows 11, configure the settings to the way you want it, and then have some way of, shall we say, accessing the system so it doesn't change those settings, then you're great, you know. But and I also get the complexity of it all as well. You know, we're running incredibly complex code that, you know, can do very, very interesting things, but a lot of that code that you're dicking with worked fine in XP. It will work fine now. Simplify it. Stop pulling out the foundations, rebuilding it, putting it back in, and expecting people to be happy with you. Just go back to whatever fucking worked and then put a fucking layer on top of it for the normies. End of. You know, I expect there to be problems with Windows Home, you know, people that use Windows for dicking about, playing games and all that fucking dumb shit. I get that. But when you're a programmer, when you need to do really, really complex things with your computer, I don't want to be dicking around with the fucking peripherals. I don't, you know. and it's beautiful. You know, the way I've set up, you know, my version of Windows 11, it's like XP 2050. You know, that's how XP should have been updated, but you haven't done that. You've completely trashed it, and those people responsible for shipping this piece of shit on top of your operating system, yeah, because you've got the operating system, which is fine, but then you've got all this shit on top, managing everything when you don't need half of it. I mean, if you want to do pretty colours to titillate people, fine, okay. If you want a more simplified setting system so the retards will buy your products, fine. But when somebody purchases your product and they are getting the so-called pro version, they shouldn't be having I mean, I shouldn't have to go on to Windows 11 Pro and feel like I'm a fucking newbie user. That's embarrassing. You should be, the people that built this fucking dog's dinner should be embarrassed and should never work anywhere again. This is, I mean, you know, do these people even know that, you know, Windows is actually an institution? As in, it will be part of history, like the great Khans, like the Khan Empire or the Spartan Empire. Yeah, it's something that's going to stick around, you know. Now, do you want to be remembered as the spastics or the professionals? Because, yeah, right now you're looking like a bunch of fucking spastics. Have you tried taking it out and putting it back in? Just switch it on and off, right? Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.